Welcome to Portrait Letters podcast number 2401. And today's question we are tackling is, what can immigration records reveal about motivation? Crossing a border is really random. It usually carries hope, fear, or necessity. And so today we're going to be looking at what some of the records can reveal, what things to look for when you're looking at immigration records. And this will also include, we'll kind of talk about passenger lists as well, because sometimes those are used to help track the immigration, but you may not necessarily find immigration records, but you will find the passenger lists. So departure often signals push factors. Immigration records may show sudden departure following economic downturn, war, famine, or political unrest. When an ancestor leaves during a crisis year, it suggests survival was the driving force. The timing of departure often reveals urgency. Now, there may not be any actual immigration records like for when people left England and arrived in Australia or New Zealand or the US or Canada. They may only have the passenger lists that shows that. Hang on, I just got to quickly send a message to my mum. Doing my live call you soon. Sorry. So looking at the pattern, so a lot of times the immigration records will actually be the passenger list, and it will show who's traveling with who, what ages they are, whether they're male, female, that sort of thing as well. Destination reflects pull factors. Where someone chooses to settle matters. Moving to a region with established communities from their homeland suggests support and familiarity. Choosing an industrial city may indicate pursuit of employment and opportunity. Passenger lists reveal family strategy. Sometimes one person from the family, usually the husband, will travel first, with the family following later. The husband will go down. He will scope out everything, find a place to live and all of that, and then he will send for his family to follow him. Some would return back to wherever they came from to come out with them, but most of the time it was sending a letter back and asking them to come out next and forward details and all that, which took a very long time because ships didn't exactly go from one place to the other one very quickly. So you got to think, in that time, mail took a long time to get to where it was going. So letters from New Zealand and Australia would be put onto a ship that would then sail back to England, and you would hope that it would get there. There's a lot of pirates in those days, and rough seas and all of that. And these boats were not like the large ships we have today. So yes, there's weather conditions that could throw them off course, all sorts of things that could happen. That pattern of one person going first often reflects risk management. It suggests somebody tested the waters before uprooting the entire household. Occupation on arrival shows reinvention. Immigration documents often listed intended occupation. Comparing that to later records can show whether dreams aligned with reality. A skilled tradesman becoming a laborer may reveal economic compromise. And one thing that doesn't talk about, one of the other things that on the immigration, if they did have immigration records, it would ask, where are they heading to? What's the address that they are arriving and then heading to? So they had to have an address to put on their naturalization forms to say, we have arrived here, we're now going to this address. Who are you coming to visit? Who are you coming to see? So they could then determine, so those naturalization records would show the name of the person, the address that they were going to be residing at, and what the relationship was with that person. So again, you've got that trail there as well. Naturalization records reveal commitment. I will tell you this, the US naturalization forms were awesome for this stuff, especially because back in the 1800s through to the early 1900s, only the males could apply for citizenship unless it was a widow, and then she could apply for citizenship. But if the male was married, if it was a male, he could apply for citizenship. Then his wife and children automatically became citizens under him. Now, when you apply for the citizenship, it reflects long-term intention. Delayed or absent naturalization may suggest uncertainty, or ongoing ties with the homeland. Legal status tells part of the emotional story of belonging. On these naturalization records, when the husband filled it out, it was his name, his date and place of birth. You gotta get this. This is just awesome. I mean, these naturalization applications in the US were just amazing things for information. So he had to provide his full name, his date of birth, where he was born, where he was currently living, his spouse's full name, including her maiden name, where she was born, when and where she was born, when and where they got married. I'm trying to remember if it asked for parental information as well. Can't quite remember. I'd have to go and spend time looking it up. But anyway, but if they had children, they had to list the names of each child, when and where each child was born. All of their children and when and where they were born. It was a gold mine of information. And the naturalization application forms also had photographs of the person who was applying. Just had a little head, like a passport photo. Just had a headshot of the person that was applying. So you got all this information just off naturalization records. It's awesome. Why this matters: immigration records do more than track movement. They reveal courage, ambition, and adaptation. Your practical takeaway for today is compare departure timing, destination choice, and later records to understand motivation. And if you want help interpreting the immigration records, send us a private message. Let's set up a 30-minute discovery call that's no obligation and it's free, and we can get you started on helping on interpreting immigration records. And our closing thought for tonight is migration is a decision shaped by circumstances and hope. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific.